Thank you. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining me. How is everyone?
Great.
We can all hear me well?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you,
Okay.
Jeannie.
Of course.
These are my new AirPods. I'm new to this life. I just got them on Sunday, so it's my first live with them. So today, guys, we're going to go through Remine. We're going to do a little refresher. Jeannie, I think you were here for my last one, right? Yaneti, were you here? No? Okay.
No,
I lost me.
I play with Remine, so this would be good to like fresh.
Okay. That's awesome.
I'm so glad this is
Just
recorded.
I'm just pulling up one presentation. I'm going to share my screen with you guys in just a moment. Bear with me. Did you guys use Remine from the last class? Did anybody use it? I think there were a couple of people that were interested in implementing it, but I don't see them here today. I hope they join us.
I love Remine. It's something I use, but lately I've been having a hard time like finding certain. I think something changed with an update they did.
Really? What did you find different?
Before I would just find properties randomly, no problem. Now I have to like really tailor the search differently. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Okay.
Or some filter I put in or something.
I'll go through that today for sure.
Okay.
All right. I went on my full screen on presentation. So I gotta get out of here first. All right, guys, I'm gonna share my screen. Can you give me a thumbs up? Do you see all this mess? Yeah, thank you. All right. I want this to get out of here. Oh. I want to see less of us. All right, can we see this?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go through really briefly the set of features that Remine offers us. Again, we have this, Unity. I know that you're in our MLS, Jeannie. You have access to our MLS as well. So you probably know that it's free. Other MLSs, unfortunately, they have to pay for it, or individual realtors will have to pay for their subscription themselves. But we get the benefit of having it included in our Miami Realtors MLS. Let's go. Ah. All right, so Remine offers you a full MLS system with unique workflows between Remine's add and edit, their database, Remine Pro, and API solutions. We're going to go through these just to really briefly explain what Remine does. You can also stay connected with your clients, and the way in which this helps you with your clients is that you can actually upload your clients' information into the little section on the left-hand side. You're going to see that says contacts, and you can actually keep your clients posted just like in your MLS system. It'll send them updates. These updates, tend to be, people tend to like the system a little more. It's a little more user-friendly than the MLS, but it does mimic One Home very much so. I do see that it is very similar to One Home. You can add and edit your own listings also into the system really easily. And it'll give you information on your listing itself. And you can also provide you can put it anywhere really. You can create landing pages from Remine as well, so that any capture from that landing page goes directly into your contacts. All right, so let's hop into Remine. Oh, it just completely went away. Let's hop into Remine real quick. Oh, guys, I closed the page entirely. Bear with me. Remine Pro. Sorry, I don't know why my internet's being slow. Well, guys, I'm going to stop the sharing. I think that it's messing up the computer. And then it comes up the minute I stop sharing. So yeah, I was right. Can anyone hear me? I hear absolute dead silence.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
We're
So
here,
just bear
we're
with me.
here.
My internet is being silly. So I'm going to reshare, guys. Can we see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, great. So here, guys, what we're going to do is we'll just do a basic search. I'm going to show you how, I know Unity, you weren't here in the last class, but you've somehow figured it out and you've watched classes on it. I know that they do have classes and great YouTube channels on Remine. Let's just do a basic search, for example, as to how you would find homes in your area that would be likely to sell soon. Okay. We're going to target, let's target a neighborhood in my area so I can show you quickly. So you click search up here in this bar. If you know, and I'm sorry for the speed of my internet, if you know the name of the neighborhood, which I had run this and you see I do run one specific to elementary schools I know of in the area, you can do all of that. But let's just put in a neighborhood that you know the name of near you, for example. Well, my internet is acting like an actual turtle. That's never happened. All right, so we're going to search for a neighborhood near me called the Hammocks. So you go ahead and you locate the neighborhood, you click it will come up on the map for you, and it's going to outline it for you and show you the borders of that neighborhood specifically. And you give it a minute, it's going to populate the results. So right now, if anybody can tell me how to get our faces, oh good, I'm just going to hide the thumbnail view though. I guess that's the best way. There we go. It's going to populate 15,000 results right now. So that's obviously way too broad. So let's narrow that. We're going to definitely look at homes that have, right down here, we're going to go down to what's called sell score. We want to look at homes that have a high sell score. So you're going to go ahead and click high on that. And on average, right, they say people move or sell every 5 to 7 years. So let's do ownership time. Let's come in here, and this is going to narrow it down by a bit. Let's do a minimum of 5 years. If you guys have questions, please stop me because I can't see any of you right now. I took that off so it wasn't distracting. Please just go ahead and jump in and I'll answer your question as we go. So a minimum of 5 years, click apply. So we went from 15,000 right down to, let's see what it gives us.
Excuse me, Rosie, what are your filters
Yes.
for it?
We're doing the filters right now. I'm going through the filters right now.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, no. So my number one filter when I locate the neighborhood is that obviously I go straight for the sell score and I click high on the sell score. And then second thing I like to do is go for ownership time. Like I just said, statistically, people sell and either downsize or upgrade roughly between 5 and 7 years after ownership. But again, that's just a stat. So I went ahead and just put 5 as the minimum. And then I'll leave it, of course, because we've got, our elderly that are in their homes sometimes 15 and 20 years. So those will come up as well. But I put a minimum of 5. And then obviously there's so many filters here you can work with. And so I suggest that you prospect based on these filters, right? So one day go ahead and prospect for people who have owned more than 5 years. One day go ahead and prospect for people who only have, for example, they've gotten like a notice of foreclosure. You can find that here as well. I can show you what that search would look like as well. But another topic or day you can prospect is specifically only people who are absentee owners, meaning they're not in that property. It's rented out, or family members in there, but they themselves live elsewhere. So you're going to contact that owner in trying to see if they want to sell. And if not, then how you can get that re-rented for them if there is a tenant in there. But it opens up a conversation. It gives you a reason to call somebody, regardless of what their situation is. So you can prospect in a lot of different ways. And Remine's great because I think it helps elevate your prospecting. Like, so a lot of people will sit there and a lot of agents will say, well, I'm not sure how to prospect or where to start or who I can prospect or how do I even do that. So Remine gives you the who and it gives you the how. So I love the system a whole lot. I use it very often. I use it daily. So for now, I want to leave it there, except I'm going to add one more thing. The property value. Let's just say in my area, I know that, really it's going to be, a minimum of 350,000. I'll hit apply on that. And then let's say I only want to work with single family homes. I'm not interested in dealing with condo associations or any of that stuff. So I'll go to building type. That's another filter you can put in here. What's thinking? Okay, so we're down to 344. That's still too many for me, right? Realistically, I'm not going to make all those calls today, but if you get the list of 344 and you break it up for your whole week, there you go. You've got, you're prospecting for an entire week. Sorry, building type. I want to click building type. And let's just say I'm not feeling dealing with condos and townhouses or any of that. So I go click single family. And it should whittle it down a bit. Yeah. 206. Okay, great. So let's grab these 206 and then here's the little hidden feature that is incredibly important. Go to advanced. And everybody on here, like, this is a hidden feature and people are like, I don't know why these things are coming up. And then I'll call them and these people just actually were working with a realtor 10 days ago and they just closed. Here's why. Because it's bringing up properties that have been in the system. You want specifically ones that are not on the market, that have not touched the MLS lately. So you go in here in your advanced search. It's not going to be on one of those regular filters on the left-hand side. You will see up on top here that it will give you the filters you do have in place, just so you can keep those in mind. You can also go in here and change them. But this is the only place that this little feature lies. Right here where it says off market. You want off market entirely, make sure you click that. That's going to bring me new results. 206. Map results. And here you go. See that change to a high sell score here on the right-hand side. You go ahead and click this listing. This one doesn't have a photo. It's probably been a while since it's been on the market. That'll happen oftentimes. Sometimes you will see ones with photos there. And then you look into it and you'll see that they had, tried to be on the market for like 60 days, maybe 10 months ago. You'll get that. You can get all that information from Remine. So we brought up this listing in particular. Well, excuse me, this property in particular. It has a high sell score. It'll tell you what this year's taxes are. Most importantly, you want to come down all the way to here, which is going to be the owners and associated people. But let's go through what Remine shows you first. So key stats, it is occupied. They have a homestead senior tax exemption. So you know that you have seniors living on the property, owners of the property. Obviously, all your regular key features for a property, the year built, the square footage, the information from the tax roll, bedrooms and bathrooms, legal description, which if you're doing, if you're writing up a contract, you will need the legal description. I like Remine because instead of, for example, when I'm doing a contract, I will go ahead and bring Remine up as opposed to going through the tax records and all of that. I'll do that to confirm it, but instead of having all these tabs open, that you need information to create a contract, I like to just bring up Remine because everything's right here. And active mortgage, they do have an active mortgage amount of 517 on it, so that their equity is not going to be great. Let's go right back up the top, see what their equity is. 196,000. Do we see here? And the HOA is estimated to be 514. And of course, you've got the owner's name. But click owners and associated people. The buy score is low. Don't worry about that. That just means that this person, and now we know she's a senior, and so things start to make sense. And I like reminding again for the fact that it gives you a lot of information on the person that you are going to speak to, so you can really tailor your conversations before they happen. So Vilma has a low buy score, which means she has not been searching online or Googling very much about purchasing a home, but that doesn't really mean that she's not willing to sell. Contact information. When you click that, so this was a great one. I love that we had this from the start, because sometimes we'll go into a listing and there'll be no contact information whatsoever, or it's like 15 numbers and you get really excited, but they're all DNC. Here we have open numbers, which means you can call, and an email address. So this was perfect. You're going to want to grab the email address. You're going to take these phone numbers down, put them in your CRM, go ahead and contact her, talk to her about how you can help. And you've got 2 numbers here and 1 email that you didn't have 5 minutes ago. And that's the beauty of Remine. Does anybody have any questions about how I did that? No? All right, guys, let's try one where we look for distressed properties. Let's see. So the distressed properties, it wasn't always, and it is now with an update, which is great. Let me clear. Let's stay in the area. Let's stay in the area, but let's take off the property value, and let's take off the building type. So you see right here, I'm just clicking X on the ones I no longer want. You can also do it here from the left-hand side. So we want to keep that it's off market, of course. We want to keep, let's take ownership time off too, because there's plenty of people who got themselves into a mortgage 3 years ago that are having some problems, and we might be able to help them. So we'll take those off. It's populating results. And the system, like, if it is unavailable, if it is slow, I just always assume there's just a lot of people using it. Let's go into here. So on the left hand side, see here where it says distressed deals. You're going to click that, and I click the first 2 because in my opinion, if they already have a notice of the sale of a foreclosure, it means the bank's already gotten a date where it's going to be auctioned. So I like to hit the top 2 because we can still step in here and help get their property sold for them. Let's click apply. I'm not sure why the results are unavailable. It is finicky sometimes. Like I said, it's a beast of a system. There's a lot of information in the system and a lot of people use it. So this is a good thing, but this might happen to you guys as well. You might not have a lot of results come back to you with distressed properties. In this area, this just so happens that There's only one person here. So let's click here. They do have a high self score. Owned for 21.6 years. And they have $280,000 in equity. All right, so here you go. No information. This is a total possibility. So, and then, you know, of course, it's a database, guys. Just move on to the next one. Just like a dialer, you know, you don't get an answer, you move on. I'm going to go ahead and clear all these results. And I want to do one for one of you guys. So somebody go ahead and one of my local friends, go ahead and tell me so I can do a search for you like in real time. Anybody, give me a zip code, give me the name of a neighborhood, give me a school. I like to search the areas, for example, that my clients are looking in. For example, I've got clients that love this one neighborhood and it's very hard to come by. You know, it's not a lot of in and out there. And so what I do is, see, I click the neighborhood and I'm able to go in here, find the neighborhood and then contact people, just the neighbors. So pretty much this is like digital door knocking, right? You get to see the neighbors and can contact them directly. Hey, I've got clients that are dying to get into this neighborhood. If by any chance you ever consider selling, please, here's my name and number. Let me know. We're ready to go. Something like that. Who's unmuted? I hear somebody. No.
It's Myra.
Oh, okay. Myra,
Probably
hello.
by accident.
Oh, okay. All right, Jeannie, give me a neighborhood. Nobody wants to play with me.
Kathy put one in the chat.
Oh, I can't see the chat. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Don't do chat.
33027.
I'm blind when I do these.
Sorry.
331
Yeah, it's more Monarch.
33027.
33027.
Yes.
Okay.
Or Monarch Lakes.
Monarch Lakes. Yep.
Okay, let's see what comes up.
Might be smaller area as Monarch Lakes.
Oh, this thing is slow today. Maybe Tuesdays was popular for Remine. My husband's offended. He said he clocked our speed and our internet's fine.
Thank you.
Okay, so Rosie,
Is
it would
this
have
it, Kathy?
Monarch Lakes because 33027, it pulls up like Hollywood. I don't know why, instead of
Okay.
Miramar, but it always does that. So I think
Okay.
Monarch, putting Monarch Lakes is would be the
All right.
right one.
Okay, let's get in there. So it's Remine today has decided to be slow, so bear with me. We'll get through it. But it is not being its usual self today.
Oh, I put more.
It's usually very zippy, I'll be honest with you. So this is it's not having a good day today. Just woke up on the wrong side.
Mine came all the way to the west when I put Monarch Lakes.
Really?
Yeah.
It went all the way to
Let's
like
see.
the west side of the state by Tampa. So
Really?
Oh, look at this.
Yeah,
I've
it's
already
interesting.
typed and the entire neighborhood name, and it's not even showing like I even typed it.
Okay. The zip code did come up for me, I think.
But the zip code did come up. But no, this is just, there you go. Look.
There it
Voila.
is.
Voila. All right. Let's see. All right. So if we go down to addresses, neighborhoods, Monarch Lakes.
There it is.
Is it
Oh,
Vineyards?
Miami?
Which one? The
No.
top? The
No,
top
it's
one?
not Miami. That's weird.
Let's see all results. Let's see.
Unless you want to put comma, Miramar. See if that works.
Let's see. I feel like I'm getting into some serious system, like some government system with how long it takes. I'm like waiting for something amazing. Oh. It has, and I use this every day. There we go. Hello. Monarch Lake, up by Miramar. This has got to be it, Kathy.
Yeah,
This one.
okay. I don't see it on my side yet.
Okay. It's this, right?
Yeah,
Okay. No
Yeah, I
idea
cleared
why
my
it's zooming in
my
so much.
filters and I did it again and it did pop up. So
oh, okay.
yeah, I
Yes,
had to clear
anytime you
mine
do
and
a
some other stuff.
search, make sure you clear the filters out. I've gotten confused by that. Left them on accidentally, and then I'm like, none of this makes sense.
That's probably what I ran into. Yes, makes sense now.
Oh, okay. Clearing out the filters, Unetti?
Yes,
Okay.
I don't do that. So good tip.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Oh, yes, you have to. Each
Wow.
each filter, sorry, each search is completely its own thing, and you got to start from scratch. So this system clearly is not doing well today, but this is the area that Kathy wants to look into right here where it says 3K. Let's see if we put in my own little boundary here. That way it stays in this area and we don't deal with any of the other monarch lakes right here. You can also do this manually. So if you locate the area, you're really good with a map, you open up the map and then manually you can go ahead and choose, the square, the circle, the polygon, and you create your own little area and it'll search only that area right here. Okay. So let's
Yeah,
go.
it goes
then
all
to
the way
filters.
to where it says 145. That's pretty much the whole entire area.
Oh, so it goes all the way to the left here.
To the left, up to like you see where it says 145. That is like a wiggly. Yeah, that's
Yes.
the whole entire Monarch Lakes.
Okay.
We have
So that I
condos.
don't
So where you're at
confuse-
right now, I think you're in the condos.
Oh,
On
okay.
the right hand side, and then there's the homes are like towards the other
The
side,
left.
the left.
Got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's so cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna erase this one so that we can pull it all the way to 145. I just wish if the system was itself, we'd be done by now. But I do like, it's silly for saying this today, but I usually love how quick the system is. I feel silly saying that today. Okay, so we're pulling this all the way here. Is that good, Kathy?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. All right. So let's go up here. Let's do cell score. Look, you have an active one right there. Did you see it pop up on the market? You've got a couple right near you. Yeah, 17 and 57 days. All right, let's do high cell score. Apply. And Kathy, do you want to see all of them or you just want to see single family? You tell me the criteria you want me to put in. I'm doing the search for you.
I guess single family. How many are coming up? So these that say 15, 25, 29, those represent like the amounts. Also,
Yeah.
we have 171 results, okay, on the top. Got
But
it.
we haven't filtered yet for
We haven't filtered. Okay.
off market. Right. Do you want to leave it high cell score and just see what comes up?
Yeah. Or we could do single
Yeah.
family. I think even though most of them might probably be single family anyway.
Okay. Whatever you want.
But let's
Okay, so
see.
single family. And then we'll go to advanced.
Okay.
Remember that advanced is the only place that little off market lives and hides from you. I'm sorry, guys. Look how long today's gone because of how slow everything is being. So we click advanced and you're going to want to make sure you check off the off market properties. And again, this is your chance if you want to. You have another opportunity before you go back to the actual results to go ahead and change anything you want of your search criteria, because you can do that right here. So we click off market. 131 it brought us.
Wow. That's a lot.
And then you can go into each and every single one of these and get information. Look, this person has $527,000 in equity. You have their names here. So I've clicked it. Let's see if it'll open for us.
God, I think I know who that is.
They've owned it for about 8 years.
This feels weird because like I recognize some of the, you know.
So right. And the thing is, when I teach people about Remine, or when I actually learned about Remine for the first time too, the first thing you think is, oof, it's
Yeah.
all creepy. How much
Yeah.
information you can find out about these people, literally. So if you know them, yes, I like to tell my friends I've got secret FBI style systems, you know. So the owners did not come up with any information, and you'll see this happen as well. I see this often, where they've got no info, but then someone living in the home does. This might be a renter. You don't really know, but it's the last name. So in this case, it's probably a relative or older child of theirs. So I don't contact this person unless they have a high buy score. And then I contact them in the vein of, I see you're looking online for homes. You know, how can I help you? Are you looking in this area? In that sense. But here, let's move on to another one, because this one didn't get any actual owner's information for you. And that means that you can do it. There are different companies that you can pay to have your information sort of just wiped from online, just not available to be viewed at all. It's like a step above the do not call list. So if people have had that done, you won't see their info there. Let's go for this one. This is the next one, Kathy. Also owned for a long time. So it seems like just like this, my neighborhood has this similar to yours, whereas the people own for a long time. There's
Yeah,
not
this
a lot of
neighborhood,
in and out.
we've been around for like 23 years, and I would say that the majority are homeowners that we've moved here when it was developed.
Absolutely. So my grandparents
But a
and my
lot of houses
parents.
were sold in the past couple of
Yes.
years. It started to become
Yes.
like really trendy. Because first they didn't allow it. We didn't allow rentals in this community. So you had to be a
Right.
homeowner and you couldn't rent the property only until a few years ago. And then
It's
that's when
very
people
similar
started,
to mine.
you know, yeah.
Yep, very similar to mine. But this looks like a really large community, right? It's got several
It's pretty
different
large.
neighborhoods within. I'm in a
Yes.
tiny neighborhood that was built in 83, and my grandparents bought in 83. My parents bought, well, it took them longer to build, but it was all just plots and they built it all. And we only have 130 houses in the one little neighborhood. And my parents bought the following year. So I grew up in the neighborhood. I'm currently living in one of the houses. So it's really great that I get to, if anyone I speak to here, I get to tell them, my grandparents and my parents were original owners and original founders of the neighborhood itself.
Cool.
And the association and everything. Yeah, so it's really cool. I have a story, who better to sell the neighborhood than
Right.
someone who grew up here, right?
Yeah.
That's true. So these are the second ones. Also have been there for a very long time, so 23 years. Let's go down. Yay, you got info. And Kathy, this is a good one. Take this information down. This person has been searching online as well. They have a medium buy score. So not only are they interested in selling, but they're interested in buying. So this person is interested. And that's, that's big capital bold letters I can give you for Remine. The best thing, I'm not saying every person you're going to call is be like, yes, I want to sell today. Absolutely not, right? These are cold leads. But when you find someone like this is an interested, this is a warmer lead. So this is very exciting. Very exciting. Here's their contact info. You do have one of the numbers, DNC, so do not contact this one, but contact this one. And you also have an email.
Very cool.
And their name. Search them on LinkedIn. Touch them any which way possible. Good. And their mortgage, see if they've got a mortgage. Yeah, they have an active mortgage on it for $327, but that's okay. The value of the house is right up here, sitting very pretty at $775. year built 2000. This is a newer community. Like it was built in 2000. Well, it's
Yep.
funny. It's new for me. Yeah.
2000, yeah.
My area all is like very 80s. Very 80s Miami. So this is awesome. This was a great
It
find,
used to
Kathy.
be ranches, so there was nothing around here. This all used to be ranches and ranches and ranches.
Oh,
And in the past
beautiful.
23 years, it's all developed.
Do
So, yeah.
do the lots themselves have really good, like a large piece of land?
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
That doesn't exist anymore. Not all of them, but yeah, there's some
It's
that have
precious.
very big yards.
Yep. I feel like
Mhm.
because we have so many people coming in, right? Our only opportunity now for growth is to kind of go up. So I think we're gonna see a lot more high rises in my area. We have been seeing it in the Coral Gables area, for example. There's just no more land in the Gables. There's just no more grass. So we have to go up.
Mhm.
Let's do one more for you. This one has a photo that looks fairly new. So let's just go in here and see if we get another good one. And then I've been on forever and a day, so I'll let you guys go after this. High sell score. They have a nice chunk of equity.
Equity, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got a medium buy score. Kathy, you're on fire. This is a good area. It's a good area. I'm gonna come prospecting here. I'm kidding, I won't. It's too
Right?
far. It's too far.
Where do you see the equity?
Oh,
Here.
Sorry, I know.
well, you go if you can click if you want, you click mortgage and history right there, and
Uh-huh.
it'll give it to you there. But there's also another place which is right at the top,
Oh, okay.
right here at the top, right underneath the address. You're gonna see a couple of good bits of information: the equity, the HOA, which is if you're working with a buyer, for example, and you pull this up, they're gonna ask you, "Oh, what's the HOA?" And instead of searching, in 3 different places, it's got it right there for you. Owned for 21 years by
That
these two
HOA
people.
cannot be right. That HOA, I don't know where they're pulling that number from. But yeah,
It's
that's
been
weird.
reported at some point. But certain neighborhoods have different fees. It might be still within Monarch Lakes, but a neighborhood might go by the square footage of the home or the plot of the land. Like each neighborhood
Maybe.
associates their fees in different ways. Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. Poor guys.
Yeah. Right. That's high. Oh my
Super.
goodness. And some condo HOAs that I've seen lately over $1,000 a
Yes.
month. Crazy.
I've
Crazy.
heard.
Unady, was there anything else that you had a question on? Like any
No, I left it
information on
open,
what to
but
find?
no. I mean, so far, I just had missed
Rosie,
that detail, but
Yeah,
Could you
Kathy, go ahead.
Could you click back on the contact so I could just take a
Yes.
screenshot because it's going to take me
Yep,
100 years to try to get back
Yep.
here to do
You
this?
got it. No problem. Mhm.
Just, there.
Oh,
Okay.
3 good numbers.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
just like more than
I
one.
would.
I just like more than one number. That's just good.
So you would just approach them like that. Oh, I'm looking in that neighborhood, and I have clients that are looking to move there. If you or anyone you know in that neighborhood want to sell, that's
Yeah,
simple, just
if
like
not,
that.
are you, by any chance have you considered selling? Okay, and if they tell you
Okay.
no, then you just leave them with your information and say, by any chance, do you know anyone in your neighborhood, any neighbor possibly that might be interested in selling? And oh yeah, actually, I heard so and so talking about it, the other day. Or no, but I'll keep my ears peeled. Okay, wonderful, thank you. Again, it's just conversation. It's just to let them know. I mean, they might call you back, but send a follow-up, always for anyone you call that you actually do have a conversation with, follow up, follow up, follow up.
Would you then add them
just
to
as
that mailing list that you have going on?
yeah,
you then
absolutely. I hand address envelopes and a little letter saying that I'm sourcing the neighborhood for trying to identify a property for my clients that are interested in moving here. It is, coveted. If it is, I'm behind gates, for example, very few people even get the opportunity to view these houses because they don't go on the market. So when one does, it's like we have hundreds of people coming through, and you can tell when there's a home on the market in my neighborhood because the gates just don't stop. It's just constant flow of people, and we don't usually have that. So it's easy to tell. And so these people, when they're interested in selling, they're also looking at buying. So she's got the opportunity to talk to this person, on two different fronts, on selling and then getting them into whatever it is that they're looking for, whether it be, well, this person has been here for 20 some years, they're probably looking to downsize. So talk to them about that, just allow the conversation allow this information to have you ask better questions, right? So now Kathy knows how to approach this person because she knows their deal. She knows they've been in it for 22 years. She knows they're probably looking to downsize, but these are good questions to ask, and it helps the conversation flow. Whereas if you go with no information, right, or knock, 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 you've got no info. This is, hey, I found your property online. I wanted to know if by any chance you were possibly interested in selling at any point soon. I've got clients that are really looking in the area and your home fits what they're looking for. Do you mind having a chat? It's very simple. But any information you find here on a specific property like this one, use it to guide your convo with that person. Because it's not going to be the same convo that you're going to have with like the one two above this. Do you know what I mean? Each one of these properties has specific owners, specific equity in it. You get to find out whether or not they've got a buy score of low. Then don't talk to them about buying because they're not interested in buying.
Right.
Let that not drive your conversation. Oh, do you want to buy? Maybe have that be like secondary in the conversation. But if they have a high sell score, lead with that. She's found two that are both buy and sell, which is fantastic, which just means you can help in two ways. You always want to solve people's problem.
If they ask us, because I think one of the first things that people will probably say is like, okay, well, how much are you going to sell my house for? So at that point, do I go by the number shown here as an average, or do I tell them, oh, well, I have to go back and do, market research, or do I do that before even contacting them, or use this that they have here? On
right.
Remine.
I use this information and I say roughly. Well, I can give you an estimate, but of course it all depends on walking the property, seeing the condition, seeing if you've got any upgrades. I want to know all the things you love about your property that someone would love to. You need to get in for an appointment. You can't give somebody a number off the bat, never having seen the property. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you explain to them that a CMA is a more detailed, true and more accurate estimation of what we should market their home for. Yeah, what we would put their home on the market for once you do a CMA. You know what I mean? But you can't do that without seeing the property, walking it, seeing if they have any updates. It might be completely in shambles and you don't know. Do you know what I mean? So the condition of the property matters a lot. Let them know that. But you can give them an estimate. So just roughly, the area is going for this. And you can use that number and then say, but I would love to give you a more detailed estimate, which I can do really quickly. I won't take more than 10 minutes of your time. Make sure that they know that it's not going to take 3 hours. I just want to take no more than 5-10 minutes of your time. I'll come through. I'll get the information I need. We get to meet in person. Yay. And then I'll give you the CMA. Just make sure that they see your excitement in trying to help them. Well, I'd love to get you that info. Let me come by for 5 minutes. You live in the neighborhood. I can swing by. Make it even easier. I can swing by. Just give me a quick 5 minutes. I'll swing by. I'll get you, I'll take a look at the property. We get to meet, and then I'll send you over a CMA and we can go from there. But you can always use that number as a general estimate, the starting off point.
Good. Because I know that's going to be the first thing that probably people will say. So that's good.
And if you're actually, I like to talk to them in front of the computer. But that's a problem of mine because I like to walk and talk. I don't like to, I do this for this. But I don't like to sit when I talk to people. I'm usually up and walking. So I oftentimes, my laptop's really light, but if I have it somewhere, I'll come back to it and get the information I need. And then I'll continue to walk off on my convo. But I like to have the information in front of me when I'm talking to them because they might not even know how much equity they have in their home. Legitimately. You would be shocked to know how many people are like, oh no, I have no clue. Ha ha ha, I just pay the mortgage every month. I just write the check, ha ha. No idea. So I had a client, I have a client that I'm currently working with, and he has 2 properties to sell. And he honestly had no clue how much he could sell them for. And then he waited. He was on the market, and he took them off the market. They didn't sell with somebody else. And in the period of waiting, I said to him, and I sent him these updates. I said, "Oh, good thing you waited. Good thing you did what you did, because now you have $1.7 million on your hands. Whereas before, everything only totaled like $1 million. And he's made so much more money. And this was information that no one was giving him. He didn't know. He was off market. He can't find himself. I mean, he could, but like it would take forever and he wouldn't know even where to start. And I dropped that information on his lap. And I've got a listing appointment for 2 properties. You know, that total 1.7, whereas before, so he saw the value in the information I was giving him on the market and how it was changing, because I was keeping him updated every single week. He was getting
I started some of my clients on that as well today, so that's good. I mean, that last week, not today, that last week I got myself a little more organized and started doing the you know,
the updates through Chime.
Yeah, and Chime started doing setting up some of those market analysis for the people that are going to be future home buyers, and they've given me like a target area. So I did that, you know, and because I think it will incentivize them to, hey, you know, these things are coming out in the market. Let me keep, you know, working towards my goal. So
yeah, and there's a lot of people. I mean, just check your open rate. You can see it in Chime if they've opened the email. Check your open rates, and then if they're opening that email, continue to hit them with information.
I have people that open every other day. Yeah, so they're that are, you know, but
like I said,
Rosie,
interested in big bold letters.
Rosie, you said you do that weekly, that email?
Yes. Well, with someone that I'm a seller that I'm currently working with and trying to get in front of and get an appointment, I will send weekly market updates on their property specifically. Your property has gone up in price, your property has gone down in price, just so that they know where they land specifically.
Nice.
And again, you're probably not going to be working with that many of them at once. So yes, it is a bit more effort. No, it's not something that's just automatic, but if you're working with 3 or 4 sellers at once, you know, take the extra 45 minutes it's going to take you to do that and gather that information and send it out to them. Because it's in my opinion, it's truly more beneficial than just getting like a random snapshot of, oh, you know, Miami in general. They don't care about that, you know, when they're thinking about selling and they've been on the market before and didn't get what they expected or pulled it off because they weren't having a great time with the agent, whatever the case may be. The fact is they've tried to sell before. And so the want, the need is there, you know, the determination is there, the drive. So hit them with the info, and the more info they get and the more personalized you can make it, they really feel like you're there for them.
Nice.
All right, guys, is there anything else? I wanted to go into all the different things like marketing, for example, but I think it will take way too long. We're already at almost an hour, so I'm sorry about that. But really quick, ladies, who are here, if you click on the left-hand side and click this little button that says marketing, it's got like a little, I don't know, a cheer megaphone, I'm going to call it. Click that. It's the last one. And this is new. You can actually set up campaigns through Remine. And you can link your CRM, which I use Chime, and any lead that comes in through Remine will automatically get dropped into your Chime. So I just wanted to let you guys know, if you wanted to, if you're not happy with any of the systems you found to run some Facebook ads and stuff like that, Remine has the option now, in addition to also mail marketing. You see down here where it says mail marketing, you send out postcards and whatnot straight from the system now.
That's amazing. I saw that, but I didn't know what to do with it yet. I have a question. Can you tie more than one CRM to it?
Yes, I believe so. Like if you have Follow Up Boss and Chime, I do. It's in your settings, but 100%. They've got the list of all of them. Yeah.
All right. You have Follow Up Boss. Nice.
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought you said you did. Okay.
No. I'm just saying because I know I'm thinking of another CRM. Yeah. I would never use like Chime and KV Core together. Like they're the same thing, right? So I would, if I was using anything, I would do
it was
like
a different
Chime
one
and Follow Up. Yeah. So if you
Let
click
me
here, I
ask
just want to show
you,
you really quickly
go
how it just jumps into creating, it's like an ad platform to creating an ad for you, just with some bits of information that you give it, and you start getting leads. Yes, it does cost money. It's not free. No leads are free, except for, of course, like the way I'm teaching you through Remine, where you go in and stalk people and call them and tell them, that they want to sell or buy. And in Kathy's
I
situation, both.
I get texts from people selling leads daily. It's crazy.
Yes. Well, that's only because your phone number's in the MLS. Yep. Every day.
I pulled a list yesterday and I found some foreclosures, but then I'm like, what do I do with them?
I'm just
I'm
gonna.
supposed to
Oh, foreclosure.
see
What do
if
you
they
mean? What do you do
wanna
with them? You
buy.
search.
It depends
Take
where
them.
they're at. If they're in
What
foreclosure, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Rose.
One
No,
was in
no, Janetti.
pre-foreclosure and one was foreclosure. So then I wasn't really sure, like,
Well, what do you have?
what
What
the
information of theirs do you have? The
Yeah,
address?
if they have a sale date, that's
Yeah.
what you need to know.
Well,
Yeah.
one went on the market by the bank already because it got foreclosed on. So now it's being sold by the bank
Oh.
underpriced.
Right. Exactly.
And so and the other one, the pre-foreclosure, I'm staying away from for, unless I need to contact them to see if they want to buy somewhere else.
A short sale.
Why are
I'm
you staying
sure.
away from them?
Because I don't know what to do,
It's
like
a
how
they
to
could
approach them,
pre-foreclosure?
what angle. Yeah, like
Yeah.
All you
one's
need to do is sell
pre-foreclosure
the
and one's
house.
It's short
so
sale
so
for
it's a
them.
short sale.
You can do
yeah.
that, which you
You'll
would
know-
negotiate with the bank. If it's a
They'll-
possibility, depends where they're at.
Right. They'll know the amount that they owe the bank.
Yeah.
And so as long as you get that amount plus all fees, I mean, with what's happening right now in the market, they might even wind up being able to sell it outright, and not go under, not go upside down, not have to pay anything
Depending on how much
additionally.
time they have.
Correct. Yeah. So call
Yes.
them. If you don't
That's the
have their
important thing.
number, if you don't have
So
their
I guess
number,
that's where
you
I get
find the
stuck. I
address
get
in
stuck
Remine.
I get stuck in the action plan behind each thing. So it's good that you break it down like that. Short sale, and then see if I can have enough time to sell it regularly. If there's not enough time, maybe a short sale to even to their own
Eddie,
family member.
If you need my help with that, I did take a course.
Thank
I'm
you.
certified
Yes.
as a distressed property expert. So I do have
Yes, yes.
certification on that. So I don't know about anything else, but that I actually did learn
And
about.
and Chase
So I can
sent
help
out
you
an
100%.
email. Thank you. I'm going to take you up on that. And Chase also sent out an email that they're training associates, agents to, I forgot the wording, to go ahead and be like get the listings for them, all the ones that the banks want to sell, REOs.
Yeah.
And they're doing a training. So I signed up for that, and that's today.
Okay.
I don't
From
know if you
Chase.
guys got
This
that.
certification,
Chase.
if you have a lot and you run into a lot of those properties, I loved it. The guy who teaches that class is amazing.
great.
As a matter of fact,
Well,
on
send me the
Thursday,
info. Yeah.
yes, on Thursday, I know they're doing and I know they're going to do more. As a matter of fact, I think he's coming to David's event.
Yes, Yanedi, I was just going to
To the
tell you,
Freedom
if you
event.
get the ticket
I saw
for
him,
the
so-
event in June,
Yeah.
it's going to be
He's
included.
coming too.
If
Yeah.
for
How much is
a
David?
specific
The
ticket,
June one is how much?
I have no clue. We can get you that
Oh.
information. I don't want that to be on this and whatnot.
Right. No problem. I'll look that up later.
We'll get you that
October.
information, but I know that
Yeah.
he is included in one of the tickets. And then if not, I believe he'll be there and you can pay for the class from him, regardless.
Nice. Okay.
On
Yeah.
Thursday,
And and Kathy has taken it.
Yeah, if we go to that showing on Thursday, Yanedi, I'll bring
Yes.
the notebook. I'll bring so you get an idea of what the class is like.
Okay, that sounds good. I
Really quick, ladies, let me just show you this so we can hop off really fast. Kathy, you're going to remember this from the master class. If you look at my screen, I'm still sharing. Yeah. If you look at my screen, you're going to remember that this kind of looks similar, right? Because this is an ad platform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Remine went ahead and implemented this, and it's pretty simple. It's just this page of information that you have to input, and then we can make a landing page on Chime. Or here, if you want, you can make landing pages as well. It will put it all for you here on the right-hand side. If you put your photo, you put your text and all that. Use ChatGPT for the text, guys. You don't have to come up and be creative on your own. And then honestly, you click schedule and spend. You put how much you want to spend, $20 over 5 days, $20 over 10 days, $200 over 5 days, whatever you want. It's tailored to you. You put that, you click check out, and that's it. The ad starts running.
And you're using this to put properties that like the ones that we have for like for your listings,
Mhm.
or you're using it
Mhm.
for your listings.
Yep.
Okay.
I pressed
Mhm.
something. I got out by mistake. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I was just showing the little ad section in the marketing that if you want a really easy place to run some ads from, and they go to Facebook, Remine is great. They just implemented this, and I love it. It's very simple. It couldn't be easier. It's literally 3 clicks.
I'm literally staying
So-
away a little bit from the Facebook ad because I just got, it was not, I got like a lot of people contacting me, but not a lot of, good leads. So
Interesting,
I'm
yeah.
gonna continue to do my work on my circle. That's what.
That's the
Did
beauty.
you get more
Exactly. That's the beauty
marketing
of the
than
internet.
leads? Did you get more marketing?
Yeah,
People
I get
marketing
more,
to you
I
than
got more
leads?
marketing. Yeah, I literally
Yeah.
pretty much
That's
only
what I
got
get a
one
lot of.
out of like 8 people that contacted me, and for the most part, it's a lot of like marketing. So I'm like, you know what, this is not. I needed to focus on my inner circle, which I
yeah.
haven't gone through. So yeah.
Correct.
So
So
Really
that's what
quick
I'm gonna
last
do
thing,
before
ladies.
I do my ads. Yeah.
On daily, which is like your dashboard, which is just the first thing that pops up. I find it beneficial to keep these, what they call cards. Remine calls them cards, on the front page. This is a market pulse. Do you guys see this?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is all the information on the market for today, and it changes in real time. Like when things go canceled and come under contract and things like that, it'll change. But you can do it for today, yesterday, 7 days, and last 30 days. These are great for creating those reports. And those emails that we were talking about, marketing to people saying this is what's happened in the market, these market updates, you can get them here as well.
Nice.
Yep. And you can enter the zip code specifically.
Perfect. All right. This has been great. I'm glad it's being
And boom, there
recorded.
you go.
Michael's gonna be an expert too.
Yeah, I'm learning.
I love
You guys are.
love it. Michael's gonna have his license before we know it. Watch.
Yes, be working with us.
Too far here, because in the US, everything are in place. Here, it's very. I don't know what to say. It's scattered. You can always be somewhere else.
Okay,
So
I
that's
see all the
why
chats. Look at this.
By the way,
I
if
see the
you
chats. So
wanted,
yes,
sorry,
What were you saying, Michael? Sorry.
yeah, if you wanted to know more, if you wanted to see what's up for David's June 20th event. I
Yeah.
posted the link in there. I know there's like the
Awesome.
certification for CDP, so you might want to check it out. Price starts at $99. Up to
Where did you
$499
post it? In the
On the
on the
group chat,
chat.
on the meeting chat,
group chat. Perfect.
in the meeting chat
Yes.
now. It's there.
Yeah, awesome. So thank you.
all right, guys.
Alright.
So that's it for.
Right.
Wow, this is definitely my longest one, thanks to the internet.
Thank
It is.
you, Rosie.
No,
I'm
thank you
sorry
so
about
much.
the time, guys. You're welcome.
Okay.
Let
Thanks
me
for
ask you
joining me.
something, just
Oh, yeah.
just before I lose you guys. Have any of you done Section 8 rentals, or know of like a specific site to go to that just has Section 8 rentals?
Kathy, let me get with you on that specifically because this is supposed to be on a specific topic.
Thank you.
But I'll
Thank
text you now. Okay.
Awesome.
All right, guys. We'll see you next
Okay,
week. Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.